Hey guys, I'm Stermecki, photographer from Slovenia, and today I'm going to show you how to set your camera for the best results. When choosing ISO, you'll see different numbers like 100, 200, 400, 800 and so on. And you should stick to them because other numbers like 540 or something like that raises noise additionally. When shooting in sunny weather, you should use ISO 100, which will do good in most cases, unless if you're shooting someone running or your dog moving real fast. In that case, feel free to raise your ISO a little bit because sharp images are much more important than a little noise in your pictures. When shooting at night, don't be afraid to raise your ISO as high as you need, but if you can, try to keep your ISO as low as possible. Shutter speed tells you how long is your sensor capturing your image. If you want something that's moving fast, sharp on your picture, you need quick shutter speed, like 1/1000th of a second or something like that. Also, when choosing shutter speed, there's an unwritten rule that I suggest you to follow. And this is, for example, on your 50mm lens, to have shutter speed of at least 1/5 of a second or less. So 1/100th of a second is okay and 1/12 of a second is not okay. You know what I mean. Or let's take a look at 18mm lens and let's round this to 1/20 of a second instead of 1/18, as I said before. So you should use at least 1/20 of a second for sharp images, so you won't get blur in your picture, because longer the lens, shorter the shutter speed should be. So if you have 200mm lens, you should keep your shutter speed below 1/200th of a second, because otherwise you'll get blur in your pictures and you don't want that. This is because longer lens that you're using, more blurry pictures you'll get, because your handshake will be more visible when you're using longer lenses. So if your shutter speed is too long and you're getting blurry pictures, you should make your shutter speed shorter, so all you can do is raise your ISO or open aperture. You should apply this to your settings when shooting handheld and not when using your tripod, because tripod will hold your camera still, it won't shake at all, and you don't have worries about that. When shooting in low light conditions, try to avoid your long lenses like your 300mm lens, because this won't do good in dark or any low light environment. So try to stick to other lenses like 50mm lens, which usually comes at 1.8 aperture, which is great for night photography, and this is leading us to aperture, which is our last of three main settings on our cameras. So we've talked about ISO, which you want to get as low as possible, and we've talked about shutter speed, which you generally want to get as fast as you can. The third thing is aperture, and aperture is actually defining how wide your lens hole is, and the wider that it is, more light will get through and hit the sensor in the short period of time. So with wide opening, you'll get more light hit the sensor in the shorter period of time, which means lower ISO and quicker shutter speed, which are all the great things that you want in photography to get sharp images and quality photos. When you'll be setting aperture, you'll see F and then a number. So smaller number means bigger hole, and bigger number means smaller hole. So f1.8 is really great if you don't have much light available, and it will really open your lens and get all the light through to your sensor, which is great if you're shooting in low light conditions as I spoke before, and have mentioned 50mm lens, which is great, affordable. So when you don't have much light available, you should open your aperture as much as you can to get as much light as you can into your sensor. To do this, you should choose f-stop or aperture at the lowest number as you can. And there's another thing that aperture does, and this is blur the background. So if you want to blur the background, you should use lower number, so wide opened aperture, and you'll get very blurred background and only your object in focus. On the other hand, if you want everything in focus, you should use very closed aperture, so f22 for example, and you'll get everything in focus from your foreground, your object and your background. Everything will be in focus, so this is entirely up to you and your wishes on what you want to achieve, but keep in mind that if you have low light conditions and you have to get your pictures done, of course put your aperture to as low number as you can, so you'll get it wide opened and you'll get the best results that way. The quickest and the most powerful way to learn photography is to go out, shoot some pictures, set your camera to full manual mode, try different settings, compare the difference, and soon you'll be able to know what different settings will do to your photos, so you'll exactly know what to do to achieve the goal that you want or the look that you're looking for. If you've enjoyed this video and you want to learn more about photography, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and also make sure to click the bell icon to get notifications when I post new videos, because I'll try to make every video helpful for everyone, from beginners to professionals. So let me know in the comments what topic you want me to cover next, so we can learn together. Thank you so much for watching and see you soon.